What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you my Week 2 predictions for the NFL season. If you guys want to know how I did last week, check in the description box. I have my record all planned out. I think I did pretty good for my record for Week 1. Normally, I start off slow Week 1 because I always choose the good teams and never choose upsets. I'm kind of glad that I chose some of the picks I did, and some of the picks I kind of regret, but hey, whatever. We're not always perfect. Post in the comment section down below what you guys got, for your Week 1 predictions. And make sure you guys check out my other channel, CO Live Videos. Also, follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. And if you guys like me, subscribe up above. So let's get started with the Week 2 predictions. Week 2 starts off Thursday night. Thursday night football is all Thursdays except till, I believe, December. So, hey, at least you Jaguar fans get national TV game. Yeah, go Jags, go. But other than that, let's get started. Green Bay takes on Chicago at Lambeau Field. I always say field for some reason. I don't know why. I can't pronounce field. But Chicago Bears 1-0 against the Indianapolis Colts. Green Bay fell to me, one of the best teams in the football league right now, and the 49ers. Green Bay struggled against the 49ers defense. I don't think they're going to struggle that much against, the Chicago Bears defense. I mean, everyone's going to be like, well, Chicago got 3 interceptions. Well, those 3 interceptions was to a rookie quarterback in Andrew Luck. Chicago's offense is surprising. This game, I think it's going to be a much high-scoring game, but I think the Green Bay Packers may win this game. This is going to be a close game, but I got the Green Bay Packers. I just don't see them going 0-2 to start the season. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at Buffalo Bills. Kansas City have Tamba Hali coming back, so that's good for them. And they looked really bad against the Falcons, dropped 40 points to them. That defense looked piss poor, and held Buffalo let the Jets, score 48 points, I believe, on them. So, not really good defenses. The Jets, the Bills, their only struggle wasn't not on defense, but it was on offense too, as Ryan Fitzpatrick could not get any momentum going for them. In all honesty, I look at this game and I think, who would I have? Really, to be honest, I trust Matt Castle as a quarterback more than I do than Ryan Fitzpatrick, so I feel the Kansas City Chiefs can beat the Buffalo Bills. The Carolina Panthers fell to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the New Orleans Saints fell to the Washington Redskins. 2 elite teams in the NFC South going at it right here. This should be a fun matchup. Both defenses are poor. We can all agree there. Carolina and New Orleans defenses are nothing to brag about. Both defenses are very poor, and really, to be honest, this is going to be a shootout. Now, who do I have in this game? I don't really see the Saints going 0-2, but I do feel that the Carolina Panthers will bounce back. And especially if the Saints defense is going to play like they are, I just can see Cam Newton having a good day. So I'm actually going with another upset pick, and again against the Saints, with the Carolina Panthers. I know Saints fans probably hate me right now, but hey, right now I'm just not feeling your team. But there's no doubt that the Saints could win this game. Next up, we get the Cincinnati Bengals against the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati on the road lost to the Baltimore Ravens badly, but they're happy because they get to take on Brandon Weeden and the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Weeden threw 4 interceptions. And take those 4 interceptions, and that equals Chris Johnson's rushing yards for Week 1. That's pathetic. 4 interceptions, really? No touchdowns? Cleveland just really hoped that this guy would be their savior, but it looks like Cleveland's not going to have a quarterback for a while. Luckily, rookie running back Trent Richardson, it looks like he may have a bounce-back week, especially after that poor Week 1 showing. I mean, yeah, he had some couple good yards, but nothing really too special. Hopefully he does bounce back because I do enjoy Trent Richardson. But really, to be honest, I think the Bengals, if Andy Dalton can get a rhythm going with A.J. Green, and they got Hankerson that stepped up big Monday night, they could actually do really well. And plus, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis is looking good. Cleveland better hope that their defense picks off Andy Dalton at least 3 times so they can stay in this game. I don't think Andy Dalton will throw 3 interceptions anyways. The only reason why Cleveland was close with Michael Vick and the Philadelphia Eagles is because all the interceptions that Vick threw. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Vikings won in overtime against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thrilling game that no one will fucking remember. But the Colts, Andrew Luck's rookie debut wasn't so good. Some things about the Vikings surprised me, especially their offensive line. That was a main question for the Vikings, was like, their offensive line needs to step up because, to be honest, Christian Ponder can't throw the football unless he has a good offensive line. He had a good offensive line. No touchdowns for Christian Ponder, but 151 yards for him and a really good completion percentage, I think that's pretty good to say that Christian Ponder had a good day yet on last week. On the Colts side of the ball, Andrew Luck didn't, but hey, he was going against the Vikings defense. Really, to be honest, the Vikings defense, they'll need to step up facing off against Andrew Luck, and really the Colts defense needs to step up against, the Vikings offense. Both these defenses really need to step up. The Colts defense looked piss poor. I don't know if Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney are used to playing outside linebacker yet, especially with the new defensive formation that they're running. But, they just need to step up, and I think that, the Colts, they could be a better team. But right now, I have it where the Minnesota Vikings beat the Indianapolis Colts. But I think Andrew Luck won't throw 3 interceptions. I think Andrew Luck will actually throw the ball a lot better than he did in Week 1 against the Bears. But this should be a really close game, in my opinion. The Houston Texans take on AFC South rivals, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville, their defense was pretty solid, but not against Adrian Peterson. So it seems like the rushing defense could be kind of iffy. Then again, I don't think Houston has the O-line that Minnesota has. I can't believe I'm saying Minnesota has a better O-line than the Houston Texans, but that's just my opinion right now. Arian Foster, no doubt, is a good back. Matt Schaub just got paid too much, in my opinion, Houston. I think that's too much for Matt Schaub. But they're facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars have MJD back. This is going to be a fun matchup, watching 2 top running backs go at it against MJD's going against a hard defense. He's going against a hard defense. And in all honesty, I'm looking at where I'm getting my the games where I'm reading them is from CBS Sports. And CBS Sports is predicting the Houston Texans to only score 24 points while the Jaguars have 21. I mean, it's going to be 2 good defenses going at each other, and that's a fair amount of score, but I don't think Jacksonville is going to get 21 points. That's just too high for me. I have the Houston Texans winning this game. The New England Patriots are taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Now, New England's pass defense still sucks. Their rushing defense and their, pass rush is gone better with Dante Hightower and Chandler Jones. Really, to be honest, anyone choosing the Cardinals for this game? Because I'm not. Kevin Kolb needs to have a breakout game for me to really, really see if he's worthy to be the starter. And even against this piss-poor New England pass defense, I don't think he will have a good game. I'm sorry. To be honest, Cardinal fans are begging Kurt Warner to come out there again just to see him back out there. Because if this was Kurt Warner's Cardinals against the New England Patriots, I would say the Cardinals could win this game, no doubt. With Kurt Warner as quarterback, hell yeah. But since Kurt Warner isn't quarterback, and since, Kevin Kolb is, I'm not giving the Cardinals too much of a chance in this game. I mean, they do have a fair chance. Don't get me wrong. They do have a fair chance, but not a huge chance at being the New England Patriots. So I got the New England Patriots winning this game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the New York Football Giants. And the Giants fans seem to worry every time their team loses after winning a Super Bowl. Listen, Giant fans, your team is always known as a team that starts off slow, and then they end up doing big things later down the road. So don't worry if people are picking your team to lose a couple weeks, because really for the first 2 weeks, the Giants are always known as a team that always kind of, especially recently, they've always gone like 0-2 or maybe 0-1 or 1-1. You get what I'm saying. And they end up doing good things in the playoffs. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's defense in the secondary is kind of iffy, especially late in the game. You saw what happened when Cam Newton was almost rallying the comeback. And I don't even need to talk about how injured that Giants secondary is. That Giants secondary is just begging for some, Deion Sanders-like cornerback just to appear out of nowhere for them. But other than that, I'm giving the game to the New York Giants. Tampa Bay did not really seem to have a really good pass rush from what I was watching. I didn't see like a huge pass rush from them. And their rushing defense, I think, is kind of solid at best. New York Giants, we all know who their front four is and who their linebackers are. They're a good pass rushing team. They're a good, get to a quarterback type team. And if Josh Freeman can make some plays with his legs, I think that he has a huge chance of changing the tides. But I think the New York Giants will bounce back from their loss to the Dallas Cowboys on Wednesday Night Football. Kind of weird to say that. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Philadelphia Eagles at Philadelphia. This is going to be an interesting game. Joe Flacco had a huge game against Cincinnati, and that was really impressive to see Joe Flacco do so well. And if Joe Flacco has a big game against Philadelphia, I think, and I really do think, Joe Flacco might actually break out to be a top 5 quarterback if he has a huge game. And when I mean huge game, guys, I mean if he had a game where he throws 300 yards against this passing defense. I mean, Nnamdi Asomugha and Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie looked really good. But then again, that's against Brandon Weeden. So this is going to be really interesting to see how they look against Joe Flacco. Ray Rice, he looked damn good. And, to be honest, Philadelphia Eagles, offensively, Mike Vick, he needs to stop thinking he's a pocket passer. Mike Vick, just play your game. Don't let people tell you what to do. Play your game the way you want to play. Don't become a pocket passer just because analysts are saying. I say play your game, run options, give the ball more to Shady, and the Eagles could win this game. But for my prediction, I'm going with the upset. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles upsetting the Baltimore Ravens. I know a lot of people may be thinking why. I just feel that the Eagles can cause a lot of big plays late down the road. But if Michael Vick turns the ball over, it could be all over for the Philadelphia Eagles, especially if he throws 4 interceptions. You cannot throw 4 interceptions against the Baltimore Ravens defense. But I'm going with the upset pick, another upset pick. I know I already chose 2, but hey, you know what? Why not? The Oakland Raiders travel down to South Beach. They're going to be taking their talents down there. I don't know if you think Oakland's talented. No, they are. Oakland Raiders are a good team. Hopefully, Demarius Moore and Jacoby Ford can be back for them because those are 2 players that the Oakland Raiders are missing at the moment. But other than that, the Oakland Raiders just need to find a long snapper, and they'll be a fine football team. Miami, Ryan Tannehill, he's been doing pretty decent for them. A lot of people were saying, oh, he threw 3 interceptions. Yeah, but you got to look at the receivers for Miami and saw how they try to catch those balls. Those receivers are not talented in Miami. They have no talent at the wide receiver pool for Miami, and hopefully Devon Best or Legadou Nane could step up for Miami. But other than that, to be honest, Reggie Bush seems like the only offensive weapon. At least Miami has a solid enough defense that can keep them within games. I mean, they were doing a good job against the Houston Texans in the first half until they let up that Matt Schaub to Andre Johnson touchdown. But, Miami and Oakland, they're going to be playing an interesting game, but I feel the Oakland Raiders could actually bounce back and win this game. The Dallas Cowboys take on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This game is actually pretty interesting. Dallas is going to go on the road again, so, 2 wins on the road will definitely help the Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo looked really good on Sunday night. A lot of people were freaking out when I made a prediction that Tony Romo would throw a couple of interceptions in the third quarter. Hello, people. Listen, these are NFL predictions. I'm sorry if I can't predict what is going to happen. I mean, seriously, I'm not a genius. I'm just out here on YouTube giving my predictions. If you don't like my predictions, you don't have to like them. You guys can predict Philip Rivers to suck fucking dick, and I could give 2 shits what you are saying. Okay, really, to be honest, it's my predictions. I was just saying the reasons why they could lose the game. A lot of Dallas Cowboy fans, you wonder why fans get so upset with you. It's because we can't say shit about your team unless you guys approve of it. And to be honest, I'm sorry if I did wrong. My bad. Dallas won. Congratulations. I'm not always going to be right. I am on here giving my predictions because I like to do this. This is fun. This is a hobby for me. So I'm sorry if I predicted Tony Romo to throw 1 interception in the third quarter. And guess what? He did throw an interception in the first quarter. So I was kind of right that he would throw an interception, but I was wrong in that he didn't throw in the third quarter. So sorry for me giving a prediction. Sorry. But just understand it's a prediction. If you want to make prediction videos, go right ahead. I won't judge any of y'all. I'll just kind of disagree of who you might choose, but you guys can disagree with me, and that's the beauty of sports. You debate. You don't call me a fucktard just because I got 1 prediction wrong. Like, seriously. Dallas Cowboy fans, you wonder why fans get annoyed with you. This is the reason why. But you're going against the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's defense is fucking tough as hell. This is going to be an interesting game. I cannot wait to see this game. To be honest, this is definitely one of the games that I want to watch. I especially want to see how Russell Wilson will do. But Dallas's defense is also pretty damn nasty. So, in all honesty, if I were to choose a team, I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys here. But I think this might actually be a close game. The Washington Redskins take on the St. Louis Rams. Washington's defense looked pretty damn nasty from what I was seeing. They looked good. I really did like the defense that they were putting up down there. RG3, and if you guys don't know, Griffinine or whatever they call it, whatever this is now, he had a really good game against the Saints. And the St. Louis Rams, they had a good game against the Detroit Lions. To be honest, I think the Redskins secondary is better than the Lions secondary by a long run. I also think that, RG3 and the Saints, I mean, RG3 and the Redskins. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Tired as hell. RG3 and the Redskins will beat the St. Louis Rams. I just don't trust St. Louis's secondary. Cortland Finnegan, yeah, he had a couple of nice interceptions, and they did cause some troubles to the Detroit Lions. But still, I really don't think that RG3 is going to have too much trouble in this game. And plus, Alfred Morris looks like a fucking beast right now for the Washington Redskins. So I don't see any problems for the Washington Redskins. I actually have them winning this football game over the St. Louis Rams. And I guess you can consider that an upset. The New York Jets take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the only problem for the New York Jets is Mark Sanchez has shown that he can throw the football, so no Tebow talk just yet. I wonder when the Tebow talk will happen. Maybe it will happen after this game because he's going against a stingy Pittsburgh defense. Mark Sanchez is no Peyton Manning to me. So if you think that Mark Sanchez is going to do what he did with Peyton Manning, that Peyton Manning did to that defense, I don't think so. But the thing is, also with the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is just going to be an interesting game down the line. Big Ben didn't look too impressive to me, but hey, when CJ Spiller's running all over that Jets defense, I think Rashard Mendenhall can do better. And hopefully Rashard Mendenhall does better because that Jets defense, rushing-wise, is not so good. Pass defense-wise, very, very good defense. But this is going to be an interesting game. I actually think this is going to be a closer game than most people are putting it out to be. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers barely beating the New York Jets. The San Diego Chargers playing at home against the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans will have the luxury of having Kenny Britt back. Kenny Britt will only be playing limited snaps. I heard like 20 to 25 snaps. This is going to be an interesting game for the San Diego Chargers. I think this will be a close game. I'm actually going to this game, so hopefully it's going to be a fun game. The Chargers and the Titans, to be honest, this game is going to be too close to call. And in all honesty, for just upset's sake, I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I think the Titans will bounce back from the bad loss to New England. I feel that the Chargers secondary is not as great as, even though New England secondary wasn't that great, I think Chargers and New England secondary is kind of on the same level. Quentin Jammer and Antoine Cason are not really that good. I mean, Jammer's getting older. Cason just seems to get burned. And the only guy back there in the secondary seems like Eric Weddle. Atari Bigby can play. But other than that, I think the Titans will bounce back. I feel Kenny Britt, when they were talking about how, Adrian Peterson and Maurice Jones-Drew, they're holding out. They've been injured all season. We don't know how they're going to show up. I feel Kenny Britt will be that X factor. He's going to be that X factor for the Tennessee Titans, and I feel this will be a comeback game for them. And also I can see Phillip Rivers maybe forcing the ball for throwing his first interception of the season, maybe even two. So I feel the Tennessee Titans might get the upset win here. The San Francisco 49ers travel to Detroit to take, never mind. The Detroit Lions travel to San Francisco to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, baby. Will Jim Harbaugh and Jim Schwartz shake hands after the game? Whew. This is going to be a football game, folks. This is Sunday night football game right here. This is why I love football. For games like these, where we see two top teams go at it one-on-one, I can't wait for this game. This game is going to be off the fucking chain. The only problem is, Lions secondary sucks dick. Alex Smith is actually playing like a good quarterback. Fucking surprised by that. But in all honesty, this is going to be a tough game. Tough game to call, but I think the 49ers, being the best team in the NFL right now, having one of the better quarterbacks. I'm not saying, okay, Alex Smith, he's nowhere near an Aaron Rodgers. He's nowhere near a Drew Brees. He's definitely nowhere near an Eli Manning, Peyton Manning. But Alex Smith has become on a level where he's a solid quarterback. He's more of like a Tony Romo, Joe Flacco type quarterback. He's reliable. And Jim Harbaugh is the right coach for Alex Smith. The game plan that they're running is right for Alex Smith. I feel the San Francisco 49ers will win this football game in a close beatdown. In a close fashion. Oh, I can't wait for this game. This game is going to be awesome. And for the Monday night game, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Denver Broncos. This is another great game. Oh my goodness. This is another great game for Monday Night Football. I can't wait for this game. Matty Ice! Regular season God taking on the original regular season God and Peyton Manning. To be honest, this is going to be a tough game. It all comes down to the Broncos defense. If the Broncos defense does not step up for this game, they're in trouble because you look at the weapons that the Falcons had. Like the Falcons, they're a stacked offensive team. Julio Jones, Roddy White, what's his name? Michael Turner, Antonio Gonzalez. You know, you got Matty Ice. I mean, this is a solid team. This is a solid team. And to be honest, I got the Falcons winning in a nice I think this is going to be a shootout. I think this is going to be an awesome shootout that no one will want to miss. I have the Atlanta Falcons winning this football game. And in all honesty, I cannot wait. So tell me guys down below, what are your predictions for the NFL season for week 2? If you guys want me to go more in depth for a certain game, just send me an inbox message and I will type up a little paragraph summary for you. This is Chase Oliver 68, and I hope you guys enjoyed.